Blessings on this Friday morning. I know this was an exciting week. A lot of you got to have a lot of candy, and I'm praying that the sugar levels are under control. But I tell you also, this was Reformation Week, not just one day. Monday we celebrated an amazing awakening, a spiritual revival that has started. And look at us. I mean, after so many years, we're still part of the Protestant movement, this movement that places Christ in the center, the scriptures, prayer, grace. That's an amazing thing. So I know you've been enjoying all of this. And today I have a little devotional for you to make that personal. Just remember this. If your method did not work, that does not mean that your message is wrong. You may have the right message, but because the method is wrong, unfortunately, the message may not be heard. But that does not mean that the message is wrong itself. And I wish I could put this in your minds as, for example, as parents, when you talk to your children. Okay, you may be saying that the message is right, but the way you just communicated didn't work. So don't give up on the message. Do not give up on your children, but be flexible and open on just exploring and learning new methods. And the same is true for teachers. I always encourage them when you're teaching the students, have this mindset. Managers with the people they work with. Pastors, when it comes being good pastors. We have the message. The message is right, but we must be available, able, and ready and willing to learn new methods. I learned this from the Apostle Paul. I want to read for you 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 19 to 23. Hear the word of God. Though I am free, he says, and belong to no one, I made myself a slave to everyone. Why? To win as many as possible. To the Jews, I became like a Jew. Why? To win the Jews. To those under the law, I became like one under the law, though I myself am not under the law, so as to win those under the law. To those not having the law, I became like one not having the law, though I am not free. I am not free from God's law, but I'm under Christ's law. Why? So as to win those not having the law. To the weak, I became weak. I have become all things to all people, so that by all possible means I might save some. I love this. In verse 23 he says, I do all this for the sake of the gospel. I'm going to read that again. I do all of this. I try all these methods. I'm opening and learning new methods. I'm willing to do anything I can because of the message, for the sake of the gospel, that I may share in its blessings. Did you hear that? Someone, an apostle, ready to change the words he uses, ready to change his outfit, ready to change whatever it takes, learning, mentoring, perfecting new methods, because he believes that he has the message. The message has not changed. The method may change, must adapt, learn, expand, and help us grow as you and I are willing, just the way years ago someone was willing to take the bullet, to take the blame, but because he knew the method was wrong while they had the right message. And I believe the same is true today, my friends. When you talk about the message of the cross, the message of the gospel and salvation, be flexible, be ready, and be willing to learn and utilize all the methods possible. I became all things to all of them. Why? For the sake of the gospel. And I tell you, the challenge is still on the table for you and me to become all things to everyone for the sake of the gospel. Let's do that. God bless you.